One more. Taste my flame! Take this!
The insolent shall be punished.
Frozen.
The insolent shall be punished. Not now. The law has loopholes.
How's everything going with your thesis?
I should be able to publish it next month. A few days.
Well, Azar was one of your thesis advisors. Honestly, I was afraid that you might have gotten dragged down.
The newly appointed acting Grand Sage reviewed all of our projects and gave us permission to continue our research.
Acting Grand Sage?
Yeah, I heard that selecting new sages has been taking some time, but it's all thanks to him that our research results weren't jeopardized. Once my paper is published, I'm definitely giving myself a long vacation and getting some much-needed rest. Mondstadt sounds like a good idea.
They're really out of their minds, making Alhaitham the acting Grand Sage?
Take it easy, Professor. I'm puzzled as well. Just going by qualifications, you're one of our most preeminent scholars.
Fool! Do you think I'm angry because I wasn't chosen for the position? No! It's because I don't understand why they chose him! He was one of my students, but he rarely attended class. When I asked him about it, he retorted that self-study was what brazen arrogance!
Professor, don't get so psst.
Want to hear a secret? I've heard the new acting Grand Sage is from Haravatat.
Really? Who is—
Someone named Alhaitham. Never met him myself, but he's a real hot topic right now. Lots of things being— There's also a Vahumana scholar who's been in the spotlight recently.
Oh, is he teaching any courses? Maybe—
Wow. News of Alhaitham being the acting Grand Sage sure spread fast. Some people are saying... Hey,
The Matra.
the Matra
I'm Ilias. I have to talk to a Matra about something
in the state you're in? Why don't you tell us what happened?
No, I have to tell them myself. They are the only ones I could trust. Sorry, can you lend me your arm? This is...
Since you put it that way, fine. We'll take you to a Matra.
Sorry to interrupt, everyone. We finally have some real dream experts joining us. Esteemed experts, this way, please. Ahem. Now, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask them.
They must be dream experts from another land. Great!
Oh, I have a question.
No rush.
Whoa. Paimon didn't expect...
My question is simple. My everyday life is very difficult, so I would like to become a slime in my...
Oh! Paimon knows! Paimon's had... The first time, Paimon became an animal slime. Paimon was shot by an adventurer's air... The second time, Paimon became a dendro slime. A group of kids thought... The third time, and the fourth time, But then the boar showed up with all of...
Wait, why did all of your dreams end so...
Because slimes are monsters, even though they look cute, they usually cause trouble and things don't tend to end well for monsters. Believe Paimon.
I suppose you're right. I just want to experience a different life, but it seems that becoming a monster... Maybe I'd be happy...
Looks like being an expert is way... Next!
Oh, it's my turn.
Well... Hey, you're supposed to be helping. First, why don't you tell...
Oh, it's quite ordinary. I sat and...
Why don't you just find your wife and talk with her? There's no need to wait for a dream.
Well, unfortunately...
Oh,
No, it's fine. I didn't make that clear. I just want a chance to see her again.
yeah, it's not really about posture. What you...
Oh, is that all I...
Think about it. If you're the one thinking about her, and you're the one that'll be dreaming about her, then it'll be easy.
You do have a point.
Oh, my turn, my turn.
I want to bring the souvenir box to my room and to my dream.
I dreamt of a raven flying over the wasteland last...
Hey, no rush! One at a time! questions were way too difficult. We don't actually know anything more than they do. We're just more experienced dreamers, that's all. You do have a point. It's more rewarding to explore. Right now, these... Oh, and now that Paimon has said that, you know who comes to mind? Bingo! If she was here, she'd probably be making... Unfortunately, she's super busy right now.
Dear experts, we have another guest.
But you saw how we answered all the questions just now.
Ah, but this guest is...
My question is, why didn't you immediately tell me about such an interesting place? Huh? Nahida, how did you get here? Interesting events like a moment of dreams don't happen every day after all. No matter how busy things... Anyway, I really didn't expect to meet you here. Oh, right! If there's anyone that understands dreams, it's you! You should be able to help us answer all these questions. You're not wrong. All right. Huh? What's wrong? You were all so excited a minute ago. Why the... Even so, it's not like I look super intimidating or anything, right? And in terms of reputation and renown, you've also done many great things in Sumeru. Yet they didn't even flinch at you. Alas, the interesting questions have all vanished in an instant. I don't want to get in the way of the atmosphere here. I just want it to be another drop in the water, not the cold and restrictive container. She's so... Hey! It's alright, everyone! No need to be shy. The Dendro Archon is really nice, so please just go ahead and ask. Otherwise she'll...
All right. I'll give it a try.
Oh, it's the slime guy.
Hey, drop the nicknames, would you? Besides, I don't want to become a slime anymore. Maybe a...
I see.
I guess I just want to experience something different. The sky is right above me, and the ocean just...
So you want to experience something new in your dreams? Sorry.
Because if I don't work, I won't have any Mora. Sure, I don't want to be out hammering nails and cutting wood every day, but I have aging parents and young children to take care of. By the time this all dawned on me,
But if that's the case, then even if you became a flying bird or swimming fish, you will still be hammering nails, and the reason is you've already been caged. It doesn't matter what your physical body turns into.
Really? That sounds...
I don't know everything that you're going through, but how about replacing your hammer?
Huh?
That's right. Having worked for such a long time, you of all people must know what makes a good hammer.
Well, of course. A good hammer needs to be heavy. Come to think of it, I haven't replaced my current hammer in quite some time.
You should replace it. Then decorate the handle with...
That makes sense. I think it'd give me a good boost of energy at work.
A new sense of adventure often be... You'll need to become a bird.
Yes. Yes, I'll go and pick out a new...
That's our Nahida. Only you would know how to get right to the heart of the... Actually, Huh? I gave him that after a moment, he'd start to smile. It really surprised me at the time. My guess is that the names on the handle were of important people to him. After observation, is it because of excitement, anticipation, or helplessness? I really don't know. And even if I could know what's going through his mind... Oh, Paimon gets... That's why I was a bit nervous just now. Don't mind me, though. This is just my way of learning. Hey! Don't forget about Paimon! Everyone knows that... Thanks, you two. That makes me feel a lot better.
I already asked the experts my question. What should I do if I want to...
Longing for the deceased. Even if you keep reliving those beautiful memories, if your wife were still alive, She certainly wouldn't want to see you like this, would she?
No. I suppose I don't know. Maybe it's because she even remembers each and every dream.
That's really amazing.
It's almost as if my wife has obtained a second life in my dreams.
Maybe all of this is rooted in your deep longing for her. Were there any unresolved matters or regrets between the two of you?
I don't know. I suppose I really felt like I was ready to move on.
Huh. You know, they say that whatever's on your mind is what goes into your dreams. But dreams are, and will forever be, just dreams. We are people living. It's not good to be overly obsessed with dreams. All it'll do is fill up your mind and eat away at your thoughts.
Yes, I know. And it's probably not good to let...
I'm a little worried about... I think I can handle things from here. You don't need to stay here if you find it boring.
Oh! Well, if it isn't Neela...
Greetings, Mr. Jute.
Of course I do! I've heard that Zubair Theater is hosting us, although it looks like you're gonna need two...
Ah, please allow me to introduce them. This is Paimon.
No. Paimon is... hold on. She got it completely right. Look, Traveler! She introduced Paimon correctly!
Don't underestimate Nilu. She always remembers every last little detail about everyone. She's also very brave. Just a little while ago, she saved my precious spices from the jaws of a
don't think anything of it. I just help out when I can. Anyway, sorry to get off topic.
I was joking. Oh, that reminds me. It seems that these friends of yours aren't from here. Have they ever tried any delicious tachin?
Ooh, what a fantastic... Tachin is a mixture of rice and its aroma is just so... We're 2
peas in a pod!
Wait here. I'll bring...
Whoa, what a dish! It's sweet and sour and full of deliciousness! Paimon can't eat it fast enough!
No matter how many times I eat it...
I wouldn't have... I baked a lot just now. And it's all packaged and ready for you to take...
You made so much.
It was nothing. Making 1 serving or 100 servings is all the same to me. Don't worry about it. What kind of person would I be if I made you pay for a treat? Make sure you got everything. Feel free to come back anytime.
Nilu, good timing. I have the text. If you took any longer, the Sumpter beasts might have gobbled them up.
You and your jokes. Sumpter beasts won't eat those kinds of things, Mr. Offsheen.
Jute said that some Sumpter beasts ate his spices. Were they yours?
Oh, yeah, really sorry about that. Nilu, if it weren't for you, I would have lost half of my profits that month.
Trying to pull anything out of a Sumpter beast's mouth is like playing a game of tug-of-war.
So they really do eat anything, huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Come now. You know, Sumpter beasts sometimes eat not because they're hungry, but because they like gnawing on things. The textiles you ordered are, so even if a Sumpter beast got snacky, it'd still...
You've tested this before?
But of course! How else could I be so trustworthy? Well, that one time was an accident. I wouldn't dare experiment with such a precious...
True, it does sound like some good fabric.
Ho ho! Have I piqued your interest? If you want to buy some, now's a good time. Buy 2 bolts and get 20% off.
Ooh, that's a pretty good discount. What do you think, Traveler?
No thanks, Mr. Offsheen. You can't use that kind of tactic on her. Look, you've already sucked her in.
Tactic? So you mean everything he just said to Paimon was a lie?
I wouldn't go that far. It's just that Mr. Offsheen is really good at spinning stories. A word from him, and you'll find yourself buying things you don't actually need. Mr. Zubair gave me a huge lecture the last time I bought too many things.
Come on, don't look at me like that. All she got was a talking to from Zubair, while I was nearly fed head first to the Sumpter beasts. My philosophy is that stories give value to merchandise. That's why my business started with such a boom. Our Nilu here is an extraordinarily good listener. Back then, she believed anything I said. After a while, I began to feel guilty selling things to her because of how happy she looked. Though she enjoyed the stories and I the Mora, I knew she didn't need to buy that much. Anyway, since then, I've come to realize 2 things. 1, that stories should just be a means instead of an end. And 2, that there's more to business than just selling goods.
It's okay. We're all friends now. There's no need to dig up the past.
That reminds me. Some of the goods from my latest shipment aren't in the best condition. They're fine for general use, but... Nilu, why don't you take them?
Huh? No, I can't do that.
Just think of it as a favor for... It costs me Mora to store or ship, so I'm just losing money every day continuing to hold on to them.
Even so,
Nah, these goods are hard movers. Besides, if I let you pay, wouldn't it mean that I'm just using stories to sell my goods again? Just take them. If you really feel that Oh, yeah, you should also take some while you're at it.
Wow, even we...
Hurry and take it.
About time, Nilu. Farhad here was snooping around your props.
Please, I was only looking at them to get a better idea of what your new show may be up.
Wouldn't spoiling yourself just ruin all the fun?
Yeah, please wait for our official...
These 2 look familiar. I think I've seen them before. Ah, weren't they at the Sub-Zerus Fest?
Yeah, and they're coming to today's...
Oh, the more folks the merrier. I was actually just talking to Farhad about also stopping by tonight.
Oh, yes, please do.
We even prepared a small gift. I really think we should wear some of these to give the event...
Wow, it's beautiful.
Farhad did most of the work. What a surprise!
That is pretty
Hey, why can't I have a little something?
I know. I watched... Oh, right. Why don't you also try some on?
It fits perfectly.
They're so pretty! Is there one that
Unfortunately, we already gave out all the child-sized ones.
Fascinating. Huh.
Oh, you all sure got a lot. I'm a porter by trade.
That'd be great! Please and thank you. But we have a pro now.
Thanks for the help, Mr. Farhad. But let me make... Otherwise, I may not be able to hold back...
You're so obvious that even Nilu saw right through...
Shut it. Fine. It's including Hushang's things, though. We'll each need to carry a box if we want to move everything in one trip.
Paimon looks like she doesn't want to, so I'll carry a little extra. Strength and balance are both really important.
No, let Paimon. The Traveler's right, Paimon. Paimon, give... Paimon's trying to remember. What else did we put on our shopping list? Oh, what a mouth-watering smell. Paimon would know the aroma of biryani anywhere. We can still...
Well, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon.
Wasn't expecting to see you here.
Hello there. Oh, it's been...
Huh. So you two are still hanging out together. Dia, didn't you say last time that you were gonna head back to the desert?
I said I was going to resign from being her bodyguard, not that our friendship was over. We're still the best of friends. The Homayanis also still post jobs from time to time. Their pay is always generous, so me and the other mercs never pass them up.
I told Dia to just stay at our... My parents were delighted. They...
That sounds like something they would say, all right. Anyway, the job is already taken care of, so I was gonna head back to the brigade as soon as...
You can stay for as many days as you want, Dia. Father hasn't even gotten around to treating you to his best...
You know I'm not the kind of person to stay put in one place like that, my lady. Don't worry.
What? She said they'll treat you to the best dishes! Paimon can't...
But wait. Didn't you say last time that you would take me on a trip to the desert? Why don't you just... There are so many places
I'm sorry, my lady, but no can do. There's still a few things I need to take care of back at the brigade. Besides, the desert hasn't exactly been the most...
Oh, come on. Not this again. That's also what you said last time.
I know, I'm sorry. Just give me some more time, and I promise I'll...
All right, fine. To be perfectly honest, it's not ever since you first set foot... Have you been delaying our trip because you...
Nah, are you kidding?
Would you swear on that? But if something really is bothering you, then just tell me. You...
Oh, looks like Dunyarzad was onto something.
You're too perceptive, my lady. I just thought that nothing good could come out of telling you about the messy happenings of mercenaries. Mercenary life is a dog-eat-dog world where Mora reigns.
That doesn't change anything about what I just said, though. We're still friends, and I can only support you.
My lady, you're not gonna stop until you... All right, I'll share what I know. Let's go somewhere else first. Okay, let's talk here. Just try not to draw any extra attention. As you may already know, the Eremites have both a lot of mercenaries and a complex organization. My brigade is called the Blazing Beasts. We're not a large group, but every member is loyal. However, not all Eremite brigades are like mine. Some are willing to cross all kinds of lines for the sake of Mora. The most notorious is a faction...
Deshret's relics? Judging from the name, they must really look up to...
Yep, you got it. I've heard that you've already crossed paths with Ain al-Akmar. They're one of the groups under the Relic's banner.
Oh, you mean the group that tried to sell us the Divine Knowledge Capsule? Yeah, they weren't friendly.
Deshret's Relics is composed of many smaller brigades like Ain al-Akmar. On any other day, I would want nothing to do with them. Unfortunately, though, the brigade that's stirring up trouble now is none other than Dakan al-Akmar.
Dakan?
I think it means beard or something. Believe me, it's a really stupid name. I found it in... Anyway, the real issue is that Dakan al-Akmar is led by my father, Kusela.
Say what now?
I think I'm starting to understand your anxiety.
I won't go into details, my lady, but they've been involved in a lot of violent incidents.
Hundreds?
Yep. The scenes tend to be quite gruesome, too. They strip the victims of all their valuables before murdering them. Not only have they targeted merchant caravans and...
That's beyond terrible.
I don't know how Deshret's Relic sees it. All I do know is that Dakan al-Akmar has become more... If I don't do something about them, then even my brigade or the people of Aru village could become their... I just wish I knew what's driven him to do this.
Yeah. How can your father...
I don't know. People change. He's always been pretty pathetic. But at least in the past, there were still a few...
That's setting the bar pretty low.
I mean, if he was even remotely decent, then why would I have to leave the brigade and cut all ties with him? He was loud and foolish, with no real sense of purpose. Instead of doing anything useful, he spent... Of course, the other brigade members were just like him. Their ruckus would go on.
Sounds like a nightmare.
What about your mother? Did she...
Unfortunately, I never knew... It's all right, my lady. That's pretty common in mercenary circles. Didn't I mention that my father... He told me that he wasn't sure who my mother was. And in any case, she never came. He'd say, You'll be fine as long as you remember to stick with Dad. But even then, he left most of the parenting to the brigade. But the problem was that they were tales of desert warriors.
Sounds like your typical fairy tales.
More or less, yeah. They were interesting maybe the first or second time. He seemed to think those stories were the best. Even the toys he gave me would all... It was only much later when I realized...
What an interesting guy.
Yeah, I've always found him pretty childish. But that was something until I grew up and learned the true face of Deshret's looting, blackmail, violence, and fraud. They not only accepted such heinous acts, they would even openly no one in the brigade was any kind of hero. Instead, my father and his cronies were more like the bad guys. Did they really think that as long as they didn't do any of that stuff right in front of me, I would never know?
I think I can understand your feelings.
Yeah, but don't worry, my lady. It's all water under the bridge to me now. I had a huge argument with my father and left that. I'm not investigating them due to any bitter feelings I still have towards my father. I just want to protect those that are close to me. Yeah, I told the boys to gather as much information as they could. Most of the reports concern violent incidents, but there's all...
I see.
It is, but every mercenary lives life...
That may be true, but it'll be impossible for...
Well, now you get why I didn't want to share any of the...
What should we do? They both have valid concerns.
Huh? But there's no need for you to get caught up in this mess, too.
Well, she's super tough, so if she went into the desert with you, then Paimon bets the problem will be solved in no time.
I'm inclined to agree. I'd feel a lot more at ease if you took her along to help. I'll wait for news from you in the city until then. Please.
I'm honored that you care. All right, then let's get moving. Our first stop...
Oh, that sure was a lot of stuff.
Man, Paimon's definitely going to eat it all, but...
All right, I'll leave you all to it.
See ya. Good thing we had Mr. Farhad with us, or else that would have taken way longer. Of course. Because everyone's working here together. We're all like neighbors, so we're always helping each other out. It's easy to forget that everyone's running a business.
With this many freebies being thrown at you, you probably don't need to work.
I felt so guilty at first, like I always owed someone something. I was always thinking of ways to repay others. Later on, I realized that it's actually like what Mr. Afshin said. By taking the freebies, I was helping everyone out and saving them money. When you order the wrong item, or make too much of something, sometimes the best way to maximize the value of those goods is to give them away. That's why there's no need to stress over the freebies. All of us repay others by helping them when they need it.
Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense.
This has become our norm, and no one keeps track of the back and forth anymore. So really, don't worry about it. Alright, I have to bring all this to Mr. Zubair and do a little bit of prep. Feel free to hang out here for a bit. It'd be nice if you could also get to know some other people at the theater. Nope. Mr. Zubair's really on top of everything. You two are our guests, so please, just relax and look forward to the celebration.
Wow, the atmosphere here is so nice. Let's take a break and immerse ourselves in this warmth.
Hey there. I saw you two help. Are you two also here?
You got it!
My name is Raykar. Nadia and I are this theater's prop engineers. I also help out with some other The little ones causing a ruckus are my children, Soreen and Abi. They always get really excited every time we hold a celebration event. Yes, they are. Everyone here takes great care of them. There's good work here, the pay's always on time, and Nilu and the others will often volunteer to play with the kids. I'm quite content with this current way.
Do you mean your life wasn't nearly as good before?
It's all right. It's all water under the... My husband and I were both adventurers, but he passed away from an accident. Material struggles can always be overcome, but ever since then, I haven't been able to spend much of my energy on anything else. But I still consider myself lucky. Mr. Zubair has helped me a lot, and the atmosphere here is tolerant and...
Sorry for bringing up...
Oh, it's all right. I don't... Once the event starts, you'll be able to see...
Hey there!
Doesn't look too bright.
Hey! Talk about judging a book by...
You, on the other hand, how would you describe the concept of art? Mere curiosity is all. It makes no difference whether you answer or not. So that's what you... Unremarkable. Better than an average person's thoughts, but nothing exceptional. Is art a product that we create and bring forward? I, for one, believe it. I've been staying here for a long time. On occasion, I'd assist them in... I prefer to abstain from writing as it spoils the viewing experience. The existence of the theater, of Nilu, and of humanity itself. All of these can be considered as forms of art.
How does that have anything to do with the...
Let me ask you this. What do you think is the meaning of art? I suppose that question... To chance upon a spark of inspiration. Art is all...
Hello.
What? Who are you? You can't just go on the stage as you please. Ah, I see. Sorry for my overreaction. I'm just, making a prop. No time for...
Is that embroidery?
No. Well, yes. But it's just, some fabric. An ordinary piece of fabric. Sorry. I really do need to focus and start working on it.
What an oddball. Oh well, it's none of our...
Sorry for the wait. Preparations for the celebration are finally done. I'll call everyone over, and then we can start.
Let us give you a hand.
Thank you.
Maybe we really should have prepared a gift. Then we could also be a part of the exchange. As it is, all we can do is wait and watch.
Maybe we shouldn't do this after all. I didn't do that great of a job.
Oh, don't think like that. Remember our promise? We're going to... And besides, you've never attended a celebration event before, so this will be a great opportunity.
I'm still...
There's nothing to be worried about. Just take a step forward and give yourself a chance. There aren't any scary people here, right?
Right.
Huh. All right. Maybe this will help. Everyone, over here!
Wait! I've already said that I'm not ready yet.
Take it easy and relax. Deep breath, in and out. Once you've taken a long exhale, if you don't say anything, then all the hard work we put into embroidery practice would have gone to waste.
Using it as a gift, though?
So when Inaya was talking about making a prop, she was actually preparing a present. Yeah, it feels like she still doesn't really, but it...
Actually, Inaya had prepared a special present for everyone before the celebration kicked off.
Woohoo! We're gonna get our first present for...
Pipe down! The louder you all are, the more... You've worked on it for so long.
You've got this.
Is Mr. Zubair here? Sheikh Zubair, this is an urgent notice from the Academia. This celebration...
What a condescending guy.
Since Zubair Theater has long violated the Academia's policies and orders. As its manager, you must halt all operations and...
Why? Why for...
Little girl, this is not the first time...
I didn't hear anything about demolition the last time I asked. And now I suddenly only have 30 days? We have more shows planned, but it's impossible to do anything in just 30 days.
That issue is of no concern. You seem to understand the situation quite clearly. Perhaps you...
Demolition? Why did...
The Academia has never liked us, and they've never respected our work. To them, what we do is all a waste. This isn't the first time they've come by. They had asked us, but our audience isn't the Academia. It's the... If our shows are too difficult to understand, changing our content would not only mean turning our backs on our vision, it would also directly lead to the loss of our livelihoods. Yeah, the theater is...
The way they're doing...
But I also don't know how...
I do not wish to explain everything again.
But none of us plan to accept this. Such an...
Ask whoever you will. The answer will remain the same.
Enough! Does your audacity know no limits, Father?
Huh? Father?
What's academia? This is all because you don't like Zubair Theater. You're just... Let me tell you. You've always been awful.
This is strictly business. Or what? I hope you all have not been irrevocably blinded by... Wrap everything up, and make preparations to shut down at once.
Why is he always like that?
This is quite the misfortune, but there's nothing we... That's it for today, everyone! I'll go talk to them again tomorrow.
Sorry. I invited you thinking this was going to be a happy occasion. I didn't know...
There's no need to apologize, Nilu. Nope. Is what that guy said true? The Academia?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Knowledge is king in Sumeru, and their pursuit of it leaves no room. But if that's all it is, there's also no reason to go so far as to demolish the theater. After Inaya ran away from home, I brought her here to Zubair Theater. She really talks about her family. All I know is I never expected it to blow.
If you did nothing wrong, then there's no reason.
Nahida? You mean Lesser Lord Kusa?
She'd probably help if she knew what was going on. No matter how nasty the Academia could get, surely they can't...
No. I wasn't doubting her ability. I just feel like... Plus, if the Dendro Archon were to intervene...
That's true. Who cares? Let's just take him in a fight.
I'll try to think of something. What to do?
Can you pretend to shut down, but secretly continue? Or we could go through a list of customers and try to see if anyone in there might be willing to help out. That also doesn't sound like it'll work.
A debate? Huh. Well, scholars do love to use them to solve their problems, but how would that work in this?
Oh! If we can prove to Inaya's father that the Academia's position doesn't hold water, then they won't have...
I see. It's a good idea. Huh? Me? No. I'm the literal worst at arguments. I can't debate.
Nilu, you are only so stressed out right now because you care so much about protecting the theater.
This theater holds a special meaning, but I just don't know. Can I really take on such a huge responsibility?
too. You'll feel a lot more confident after doing some prep.
Thanks, you All right. Even though I may fail?
That's our Nilu. We're
Okay. Let's head back and
Trying to best the academia in a If you really want to try, I won't stop you. It's not like our situation can get any worse.
I don't think it's entirely hopeless. To Sharif, Nilu's things might turn out differently.
I am in favor of such a romantic feat.
Sure, in fiction. I'm not saying that I don't support you, Nilu. If you need my help, just say the word. Anything is better than just standing aside and...
I'm also pitching in.
Thank you, everyone.
Not to rain on your parade. He's erudite, meticulous. You all already knew that. But when all's said and done...
That's enough, Inai!
Sorry. I just can't force myself to expect a positive outcome. Nilu shouldn't have to push herself for the sake of an impossible goal.
Yeah, it's way too early to give up.
You're right, Inaya. We're up against the academia, but I still want to try. I'm reluctant to, and it's not just me. I think everyone else here, say what's on your mind, and do it. I mean, after all...
I understand what you're trying to say.
Then, could I trouble you to tell your father about our... You can still get in touch with your family.
Yes.
Then, please help us pack. But since we've decided on a debate, I'll do my best. I, by myself, definitely don't have enough wisdom.
Right.
That's right, Miss Neat.
Beat the bad guy.
Make him eat.
You two. We aren't getting into a fight. But thank you for your encouraging words.
I've gained a whole new... Inaya was right. It's true that I couldn't bear to bring down Nilu. It wasn't out of pity or anything, though. After all, Nilu was the one who bravely stepped up and proposed to fight back. I didn't have... I'd be a terrible person if I spoke badly of Nilu without... She knows better than any of us how difficult this path...
All right, time to pull everyone's thought.
I didn't expect you. That reminded me of my younger years. Back then, I feared nothing and no one, and I was always... I can't do things like that anymore, but those were some of the best times of my life.
Sorry. If the
It's all right. There's no need to think such heavy thoughts. Even if the building gets demolished, have faith in the resilience of an adventurer. We can always figure something out.
But won't you have regrets if things just come to an abrupt end?
Ah, so that's what you were... Relax. I've had a lot of experience with regret. Things are painful at first, but look at us now. Serene and Abi are happy. And Serene has also just passed his theater exam. He was thrilled because he can soon perform on this. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for our past struggles. And would Serene have become a
Are you trying to make us...
Yes, but I truly do mean what I say. Being here at the theater has... The most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it. I can choose to believe that my life ended with my husband's death. Or I can... Similarly, even if this theater, good and bad, are all human-made concepts. It all depends on how we choose to...
You have a point.
Nilu, I know how but you don't have to be so nervous. We're all...
Thank you.
No need to thank me. If anything, you inspired me with your bravery. You might...
All right, I gotta cheer up.
Good.
When the day comes, I'll get my friends and the theater's customers to come. If anything goes wrong, I'll have them scream and shout and drown out whatever I can't do that?
Paimon doesn't really want to...
So, you've already developed some prejudices against me. And to think,
Oh, Paimon will listen to that.
Although, I know not if you have a new answer to my previous question. What do you think is the meaning of art?
Oh, this again?
We probably do need to tackle this question if we want to prove the value of the art. I don't know how to explain it, but all I know is that does that count as a meaning?
You answered him so seriously. Careful, Nilu.
No. Nilu's answer far surpasses yours. The meaning of art comes not from its creators, but from its audience. In other words, only art that can be appreciated by others will impart its essence. This is something that the academia can never understand. I once pursued the mastery of art, much like how a researcher would chase wisdom. However, the more of a connoisseur I became, I found that I remained even perplexed about this conundrum until I visited this theater.
It was that life-changing?
Everyone here had a joyous part, in all honesty, from a purely critical point of view.
Hey, don't say something like that.
But what bewildered me was how, despite the performance, I realized then that I had walked the wrong road. The mastery of art was I left the so-called frontiers of artistic research and came to this theater. Art will no longer be a castle in the sky. If art cannot accomplish...
When you put it that way, Mr. Zubair and I refused to follow the Academia's orders to change our shows for a similar... To put it simply, we were afraid that our shows would lose their meaning if...
I once stood in the spotlight, but I relinquished fame and I care not for where my feet may take me next. But Nilu, you already stand upon the finest stage there is, and that is a rare gift that should never be taken. You cannot give it up. No.
I understand.
Dust the cobwebs away from the eyes of those scholars.
He really seemed to care a lot about the theater.
Once you get to know him... Mr. Zubair, we're trying to put together...
It won't be difficult to explain our position. They're in the wrong, and they know it. I have meticulously managed this theater's affairs for years, and I have abided by every procedure and obtained... I did all of that to protect ourselves if something like this were to occur. I didn't expect them to disregard the rules altogether. Yes, I know. But anyone who's staying at the theater is one of us. If I can't even protect the members of the theater from outside pressure, then I have failed in my duty as... In summary, you need sufficient confidence and strict adherence to the rules. At least for now, they don't have the authority to demolish the theater. As long as you double down on that point and force them to concede it, you'll gain an...
All right.
I've seen many situations like this before. While you prepare for the debate, I will also prepare the theater for the potential aftermath. Once you're done chatting, do me a favor and...
Do we really have to?
Right now, no one's in the right frame of mind to perform. I have to consider Nilu, with your talent and youth...
I've never thought about leaving your theater, Mr. Zubair. I also want to keep dancing with...
You're becoming more and more like her. Do your best. We'll do all that we can, and leave the rest to fate.
Her?
My teacher. She was an excellent dancer, but she's retired now. If we have time later, I'd be happy to tell you more about her.
You're here. Is the theater actually closed?
He's been worried sick for...
Hey, you two.
What exactly happened?
Yes. He told us that we have to shut down the theater within 30 days.
What the heck? That came with no warning.
They're messing with us again.
Don't tell me you'll have to listen to him.
Come on. You know the answer.
Yeah, it is a...
There's no need to worry, though. If I win, we might be able to
Really? That's terrific.
Mine too.
Yeah. So...
Good thing they have the power to make rash decisions about things they don't even understand.
Yeah, they need to touch more grass.
Exactly.
Don't worry. Everyone here has your back.
Right. They might. If they don't believe that, send them my way.
Maybe you can prepare some
Sounds like a good idea.
Ignore him. No matter what, we will all.
Thank you all so much.
There are always more solutions.
Gotta show them.
I feel like the pieces are starting to fall into place. Let's head back to the theater and organize our thoughts.
Sounds good.
Abby, have you seen Miss Inaya?
No, Miss Nilo. Miss Inaya isn't back yet. Wasn't she just passing on a message? Does she really need
Traveler, Paimon, I think I've been. What if Inaya never planned to come back?
What?
It's just a gut feeling, but knowing her, she probably feels like she probably thinks that all of this happened.
Oh, right. As soon as her father...
She has a long-standing conflict with her father. She doesn't think that we can win the debate, and she doesn't want to implicate us, so she thought leaving was the best thing to do.
Mm-hmm. And then she just quietly left afterward.
Exactly. She's being too pessimistic. Anyway, first things first.
But where should we start?
I think I might know. Before I brought her to Zubair Theater, she was staying at a remote campsite. If she has nowhere else to go after leaving the theater, she might...
Then let's go take...
Yes,